So, it's time for another quickie. And this one is something that, well, I kind of looked at before, but not really because this one's from Hasbro. The other one was from Bandai, and it's the new, actually technically new, version of Zeo Gold. That I do call him Zeo Gold. So, this one is different because the original Zeo Gold we got was in fact Jason. It was an Jason Red Ranger 2-pack. The mold should be the same, except this one comes with a tray of Triforia head, which is weird, but works. So he's got the golden power staff and the same kind of 2 hands. Apparently, Power Rangers kept the same type of gloves regardless, seemingly. The only thing I can see, like just looking through this, there's a couple spots where there's like some minor paint issues, go figure, and then like just they could have tried slightly harder. But anyway, packaging looks nice. You know, you got the wraparound Gold Ranger thing there, and then on the back you get a cool thing, and then you get a really ridiculous lightning effect that I'm definitely not going to use. Some of the effects I have been using, like I've got Lord Zed with his fire or lightning or whatever, and I've got Rita using somebody else's lightning wrapped around her staff. Goldar has his effects, and then I think I've got. Do I have anybody else? I don't think I have anybody else with effect parts, realistically. But because, you know, I needed to continue the Zeo line, I ordered this one, and unfortunately I found it in store like the day after it shipped, so I couldn't cancel it in time. So we get the cool yellow black interior. Oh no, it's the same. Yep. Okay, we'll look at that closer here in a minute, but yep, that's a familiar effect. So yeah, he does look decent, and I stress that word because even though it's an improvement, there's some things that are way too reminiscent of the Bandai problem. And man, did they just... They tried. I'll give them credit, they tried. So, let's check out the new Gold Ranger up close. Though, thinking about it, this might be hard to film. He's mostly black on a black background. You'll see. Oh. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. Same stupid jelly effect, but now in yellow gold. I hate it. It's so dumb. It's still one of the dumbest things they give you. So let's do the thing that we always gotta do, although the camera is kind of low, so let's bring it up a little bit. Pop out the hands. Frankly, I'm gonna skip most of the accessories and just talk about the one that matters. So, just like all the other Rangers, it comes with fist hands. They're just off-white in comparison. Toss them over there, literally to a pile of hands. Let's get the weapon out. Hopefully it's less floppy than the Legacy version. Come on. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, so set that aside. Pull out the tray head. Weird. And plastic birthday ceremony. Okay, the weird part is, like, his hands are, like, tucked behind the plastic. I don't know what's going on there. Come forth, Gold Ranger. Let's see if I can get this out the door. Almost. Okay, so let's just look at the first things first here. Like, once again, bring that down. This is going to be a slightly rougher review than the last one. So here is the Gold Ranger staff. I'm just going to point it out. All of this is supposed to be gold. Like, this entire section is meant to be gold. And then you're supposed to have little red dots inside there. So they got this part gold. They got this part black. So they already beat Bandai on that one. It's not completely falling apart under the weight of itself. So they also sort of beat him on that one. So let's compare the two. Yeah. Okay, so mind you, I painted this one. Not 100%, but most of it. So the silver and stuff like that was already there. I did all the gold. I believe this was already painted. I repainted all of this gold because it was the like Velveeta color. I painted the black here, and I didn't have to paint the. Actually, I think I painted that red. I don't know. Maybe I didn't paint the ball on the top there, but obviously the floppiness here sucks. You do actually have the section with the button right there, but it's not painted, so silver is necessary there. But yeah, the severe lack of gold is ridiculous. And mind you, this is it just Tamiya gold? I think it is. I don't think it was Gundam marker, but I can't recall. But either way, so this one's in the like battle mode or whatever. I forget which mode is technically which, but still, once again, doing what Hasbro's been doing and giving you the exact opposite of whatever Bandai gave us. So Bandai gave us really crappily molded, nasty gold color. And then in the like locked away mode, and then they give you the blasting mode, so to speak, here, but with less paint than is necessary. I mean, that whole section is supposed to be gold. How do they forget that? Part of me wonders if it falls in almost like the white Dino Thunder that is missing paint apps like badly. And then even the Zeo weapons, the other Zeo weapons we've looked at previously, which we'll get to here shortly in comparison, also a bit wonky. So let's look at the Trey of Triforia head just ever so slightly here. It does have the scar over the eye, which is, well, dumb. I mean, it looks fine. It looks like one of the Property Brothers before they decided to grow facial hair, which is, you know, slightly funny. If I remember correctly, the guys were actually triplets who played Trey. A non or the civilian form would be a cool thing. So the one thing that Hasbro has not shown us at all is any of the quote-unquote civilian modes. We are getting, obviously, unhelmeted heads, but no civilian modes. Trey had a really cool, you know, mode. He's like a prince or whatever. And you can swap the heads, as you do. Not that it really matters, because I don't think he was ever helmetless as Gold Ranger. I think only Jason did that. But either way, I mean, it looks good. Now, if you bought the original SDCC set, which I think some people also picked up at GameStop somehow, you got the Gold Ranger with the Red Ranger version with Jason. So there's that. But I'm going to go ahead and pull that off, and we'll just look at his full-on Ranger form here, which seems to be varying degrees of success, if I'm totally honest with you. So the helmet mold looks fine, but the gold tracing around the visor isn't perfect. It's got a couple small mishaps, and it doesn't really stand out, but it is what it is. This, yeah, so just to point it out, this is better than what Bandai gave us, but it's not great. So this is definitely molded in a kind of goldish color, and then it looks like it's got a some of it looks like gold paint, but then some of it also looks like maybe they just gave it like a metallic clear coat. Yeah, you can kind of see inside the shoulder there where things change up a little bit. But I'll give them credit. They gave us a black wash over here, and you can see how they didn't clean it up worth a damn here, or how it affected the paint otherwise. So this is better looking than the initial Bandai version, or legacy version, I should say. We do have the gold armbands, which I'm pretty sure probably ripped straight off of the Green Ranger, if I had to guess, but I'm not sure. Definitely not painted worth a damn. A lot of orange peeling right there, so gold over black. Not done very well, at least on that arm. This one is passable. But then you come down to the forearm, and completely different gold. Yeah. So, gold painted on white, gold painted on black. White, black. White, black. It takes on a very green tinge. I'm going to skip articulation because it's the same. So we're just not going to talk about that at all, if I'm honest. The belt is okay, although it doesn't look the same as this. It looks a lot brighter. Oh, jeez. Yeah, which comes to the back, it does have little connectors there. That's pretty good. Once again, I'll give them credit. They got the wash. That actually brings out so much of the effect. It's kind of worth it. But then we come down to the legs here, and these bands, of course, are the same problem as up here. Painted over black plastic. They could have hit it with some white primer first, and then hit it with some gold. Would have looked better. I mean, that's what happened up here. This is just painted over the black, and that's why it looks the way it does. I hate that the pin is interrupting the band. That just looks terrible. Like, at least give us a plug or something. Come on. Boots. I mean, the molding looks good. Oh, this paint on the knee is so sloppy. Ugh. That's just not good. Come on, Hasbro. You can do better than this. Look at this. This is a huge nub. They just never cut off all the way. Okay, so just real quick, let's see if he can hold his freaking weapon. If he's going to be attacking people with it, I hope he can hold it. Come on. Alright. Yes? I mean, because you're basically doing this, like holding it out in front of him, going, ju, you know, and making noises at you. Sort of, I guess, for lack of a better term. Yeah, that's pretty much what he's doing. Okay, so I'm going to do the immediate comparison to the Bandai / SHOKY version. So this is the repainted version that I did. Now this gold is probably, I don't know what the hell that was. So this gold is probably closer to what the actual show model looked like, the actual on-screen model looked like. Obviously, the Tamiya gold over time has oxidized and is a little bit dusty, if I'm honest. Also, it never really liked this plastic. It's still kind of soft. Oh, there's some issues going on here and a lot of chipping. This guy has fallen down a lot. So in a way, I am glad to have a new one. I wasn't going to buy the Zeo line, and then I'm just like, okay. But originally, you know, they got even though it's the wrong gold, this helmet looks better. At least in that aspect. It stands out significantly better. I will say their belt looks a little bit cooler. The details are a little bit sharper. Also, just the overall size looks better. They did get the neck painted. I think the collar around the neck. But this one's just better, like, in general. Like, I mean, I know this figure has a lot of problems, especially because I tried to take it apart to paint it, so therefore a lot of joints are messed up. And also the gold paint overall is not happy. Now, still better than it came out of the box, but this is somewhere in between a repaint and the original. Okay, so let's compare him to his fellow Zeo warriors. If I can. His legs are really stiff, like it doesn't want to rotate. There we go. Okay. So there's our Tommy. And, whoa, hey. Rocky. Oh, let's try that. And Rocky. And, you know, going over these two reviews already, framing is important. The fact that the paint is different between this Zeo Saber and that one, and his gun and his gun, it's so strange. And the fact that he's got silver outline, he's got white outline, and then he's just not quite standing out enough, in my opinion. There's not a lot of consistency going on right now, and it kind of annoys me. This is a good line, but I mean, if you look at it, his gold paint is different from his gold paint, which is different from his gold paint. Like, these cuffs are definitely painted gold. These, I'm questioning if they are or not. This, yes, this I can't tell. This is clearly painted, and this is not this paint. So why did they not use the gold from, I don't know, this Ranger to paint that one? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's like, are they made in different factories in the same area? And also, I would really love some expressive hands from the Power Rangers. Like, the bad guys are getting tons of expressive hands. The Rangers only come with fist or holding, as far as I can tell. I think that at least one or two, possibly, I think it might have just been Draken, came with a couple different extra hands. And speaking of Draken, I did order the, you know, exclusive one that's coming later. You know, the like phase 3 or whatever it is. Eventually, we'll take a look at that. That's after taking this guy's powers. Sorry, total side note. So we have the original Draken, and now we're getting like final version Draken, but there's like two different versions in between where he's got other Ranger power and his suit is evolving. We're not getting those. I don't know why they called that like phase 3 or whatever it was when I think he had 4 forms. After he got the Zeo powers, after he got the ninja powers, and then everything combined. So he's got several different forms. We just need to get those. So back to looking at the not so great Zeo. Well, if that lets you know anything, I set him up for the thumbnail and he just kind of fell over. So that much is the same between the Hasbro and the Bandai. So, I mean, I'm starting to get to the point that like if I need to like wait until they reissue. I mean, technically speaking, this Gold Ranger is a reissue. And you know what? I don't remember if the Jason version came with this staff or a closed one, because that would be interesting to find out. I think they needed to try harder. The Zeo line seems to be the line they've really letting kind of fall to the wayside to a degree. The non-matching paint, even on the same figure, they can't get the paint here and the paint there the same. Lacking almost all the paint details here. The button area that's supposed to be silver with a red button. All of the red lights that are there should be painted. This entire section, that should be gold. Like, what is happening at Hasbro that they're just not getting there? So I'm gonna do, I guess I have to do it with Rita too. So one of these days when I'm done with all the Gunpla I'm working on at the moment, I'm gonna have to go through and add some paint to this guy and to, or at least to his weapon, I should say. And then also to Rita's staff, which is missing a ton of paint. Oh, and I guess the Red Ranger sword needs a tiny bit of effort, but that's going to be it, guys, for this. Give me a big old thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And, of course, if you're in on the Lightning collection, let me know what you need to get. I kind of want to get a later Alpha 6. Since we got Alpha 5 that we looked at not long ago, Alpha 6 would be cool. And what other figures do we need? We've got Zeo, so that means we need what? Cogs? Is that what they are? And along with the whole... I already forgot the... not Mechanical Army? Mecha Army? I don't remember. Either way. Oh my god, I'm tired. It's super late. But I'll catch you guys next time. Remember, as always, keep on nerding.